My name is Flor Chavez Barriga, and I go to Oglethorpe University here in Atlanta, Georgia. I previously worked with Latino Republic as an immigration writer, and I specifically focused on the southeast region of the United States. Typically in my position, I wrote stories about the undocumented community that exists here in the southeast. Usually it's not the most immigrant-friendly state, and so to be able to highlight the voices of all the communities, not just surviving but thriving here, is definitely something I was very focused on. I was able to get interviews with organizations such as the Latino Community Fund, which is, I feel like one of the biggest organizations here in Georgia in terms of helping immigrants throughout the Southeast. And then I also was able to interview artists like Amy Cambrone, where she highlights the community that exists here through murals and paintings, and is able to display her art in different art exhibitions. Throughout these different interviews, I was able to learn a lot about what keeps us here. The policies for immigrants in Georgia are not the most friendliest. They make it very hard to survive here, but we do share a lot of similarities in terms of why we stay. The majority of it is that, our families are here, this is where our community is, and it's very hard to replace what we've been able to create here in Georgia. And these organizations and these creators and everything here has made it so much easier to be able to call this place home. While conducting research, I did learn about different laws and policies in place that I had not known about before in terms of immigration and specifically immigration detention centers. And some of these laws and bills were very upsetting to learn about, but I was able to counteract that sadness knowing that there were organizations specifically targeting these very anti-immigrant laws that make it very easy to end up in a detention center. Being an immigration writer really influenced my personal life, simply because I don't look Mexican, but being able to research and have these conversations with people in my community of experiences we all share, I feel like it has helped me come to terms with my own identity in terms of being Latina, and it has made me gain more confidence in calling Georgia home. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to be a student in the South, but knowing that there's this community here for each and every one of us is definitely something that positively impacted my personal life. I don't think I would have gained this experience doing something else, I was able to build these connections with these organizations and have these very important, intimate conversations that I still think about today. When I talk to these NGOs and these community leaders, it really inspired me to make my mark as an immigrant here in the South. A lot of times I feel like, especially with my family, it's just to stay low, stay quiet, and we'll be fine. But the conversations I had with these different people really reminded me that the most important thing is to make your mark. I think Latino Republic is doing an excellent job planting these seeds of passion and research into students and universities. I was motivated to research things that I have never researched before. I'm a sociology major, so my focus isn't so much immigration, it's more of how society runs, but to specifically just sit down, research, and interview these different people that come from so many different backgrounds, so many different types of education. It not only helps you with networking, but it also helps you into becoming a little bit more professional. It's a very unique experience in its own. And it's definitely more interesting when you see how these organizations connect with other places all over the United States and maybe even abroad. One of the skills I have noticed that I have developed from working with Latino Republic is that writing and research has become more easier for me. I'm a first-gen college student, so when I first came to the university, I was very intimidated by five-page papers. I never really wrote so much before, and here at Latino Republic, you're expected to write things, but there are also things that you're passionate about. So writing just comes naturally to you in these assignments and research. And so now, as my second semester as a sophomore, the writing just comes more naturally to me. Like, I understand how to do better research, and I have certain research classes where I have to interview people, and I already have experience in that. So I know for me personally, it definitely did help in that regard. My future plans are definitely to be more engaged in my community. I absolutely loved interviewing people and learning about all the different ways that we can help one another, whether it's through sharing resources, food drives, voting registration. It's important, you know. I see my community and I see my mom, I see my sister, my niece and nephew. I see them out there when I look at the communities I work with, and I don't think it's something I would want to let go of. But in general, I really loved my experience at Latino Republic. It has been an experience academically, professionally, and personally in my own life, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely something I would recommend to like people who are interested in journalism, or even people interested in anything regarding Latin America or Latino communities. It's just it's a unique experience. I definitely recommend.